Again, I'm used to these bitches coming out the woodworks talking to me about something. Mind you, me and my kid's father are openly together. Like, we are posting each other all the time. We're posting vacations all the time. And girls will still choose to sleep with him. Simply because of what? I don't fucking know. I really don't. But they just love, they bask in being side chicks, I guess. I don't know. The other two dudes took the test. They're not the dad. Like, when are you going to take the test? And he's just kind of like, I really don't fucking want to take the test. But hey, if I have to, fine. So he takes the test, and lo and behold, he is the father of this child. So at this point, that's when the demand started kicking in. She instantly goes after child support. She instantly goes after welfare. She instantly goes after food stamps.
Welcome back to another episode of Clocked Out Conversations. I'm your host, Fahim, and today we got some more TikTok content. He had a baby on me while I was pregnant. I'm not here to waste your time. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, and let's get into it.
He had a baby on me, you guys. That is why we are not together. You guys are always asking me why the father of my child and I are not together. So here's a story time on that. I think this is going to be like a 3-part series. Part 1, let's go. Okay, so as you guys know, the father of my children and I got together when we were 15 years old, right? We met at 14, we're dating at 15, and we were together ever since. So by the time I was 20, we had our first daughter, Adriana, who is now 15, right? And so actually I was 19 to 20, so she's 15. And then we had our daughter, Aricella, right? So by the time I was 22, we had 2 kids. And we were living together. Everything was great. I was a stay-at-home mom. Everything was working out fine. You know, just living my life, breastfeeding my kids, going to the park, living my good mommy life, right? So then time comes around again, and I get pregnant with our son. Mind you, our kid's birthday is May 25th of 2010, May 22nd of 2012, and May 23rd of 2012, and May 22nd of 2014. So our kids are exactly 2 years and 2 days apart, like to the year.
Guys, it's so crazy to think that there are babies that were born in 2010. 2010, albeit there are people probably watching this video that were born even before me. It's just crazy to think that there are babies that were born just within like the last decade or so. Let's keep going.
And so all of a sudden that time rolls around and I'm pregnant with our beloved son, right? And so, you know, as you guys know, like, he's always been the type to sleep around. That's not my business. I mind my business, whatever, right? Because again, my house is paid for. I have a car. I have everything I need. There's no issues here, right? And here comes the dangerous part of it. You would expect someone to be being safe. You would expect them to just be being respectful of you, especially since you're the mother of their children. You're breastfeeding their children. You're having their babies. You know what I mean? But in this case, that was not the case. So I'm pregnant. I think I'm about 4 months pregnant, maybe 5 months pregnant. We just did our maternity pictures. Everything looks so cute. I'll probably insert clips and stuff throughout here so you guys can see, like, you know, whatever, right? And so actually I'm not. So anyways, so I'm on Facebook, and this girl that we went to high school with says, hey, I need to talk to you about something. Again, I'm used to these bitches coming out the woodworks talking to me about something. Mind you, me and my kid's father are openly together. Like, we are posting each other all the time. We're posting vacations all the time. And girls will still choose to sleep with him. Simply because of what? I don't fucking know. I really don't. But they just love, they bask in being side chicks, I guess. I don't know. But it's very open that we are together, right? And so at this time, she says, hey, I talked to you about something. I'm like, another fucking little bitch in my inbox, whatever. She says, hey, so-and-so got me pregnant, and he's trying not to be a man about it. I'm like, pregnant? I'm like, the only bitch pregnant here is me, Mamacita. No, you are not a Mamacita. I am the Mamacita, you know? And so I'm like, okay. I said, okay, so how do you know it's his baby? She's like, oh, because we hooked up a few weeks ago, da-da-da-da. I'm like, bitch, that was a few weeks ago. There's nothing I can tell you. She's like, and he's being a coward. I told him, and he was... Part 2. So then she's like, okay, yeah, I'm pregnant by your baby daddy. I was like, no, right? And so then, she ends up telling me, like, oh, I told him, and he was like, no, like, you know, Rika's gonna be so freaking pissed. Like, no, you cannot keep this baby. Like, please don't do this to my family. She told me that he was, like, literally begging, and she was like, I don't know why you would think that, you know, I would get rid of my child to accommodate you and your family. Like, that has nothing to do with me. So I said, okay, well, shit, I mean, you clearly see that we just did maternity pictures 2-3 days ago. Like, I don't know what you want from me at this point. She's like, oh my God, you're such a weak bitch. Like, you're not going to leave him. Like, you deserve so much better. I'm just like, well, considering the fact that you think I deserve better, do you think that you deserve better, or are you just that low of scum that you just sleep with people who are married and have kids? I don't know. But so then that's when everything starts to take a snowball effect, right? So I end up having my son, my kid's dad. I end up having him move out because I'm like, that's just the ultimate betrayal. Like, another kid is fucking crazy. So he moves out, but he's still paying the rent at our house, right? And so I was like, so I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, his family, everyone was like pissed. Like, they didn't invite him to Easter. Like, he didn't come to Christmas. Like, his grandma, his mom, everybody was pissed. And so everybody was reaching out to her like, hey, like, I don't know you, but I'm telling you, this is not a good idea. Like, please don't keep this baby. Like, everybody was reaching out, like his cousins, everybody, his sister, just like, please don't do this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they've been together for so long. Like, you know, Rika's put him out the house. Like, we're just, because I'm really close with his family. I actually lived with his family for a little bit, and that's where a lot of my traits and mannerisms come from, because they're Hispanic. So a lot of the foods I cook is Hispanics. A lot of the personality traits I have is Hispanic, because I've been living with them. You know, they all live together a lot of the time. So I cook really well too. And so everyone was just pissed at this point. Everyone's disappointed in him. They're upset with him. They're just like, how could this happen? And he did admit to just being under the influence of, like, you know, like pills and stuff like that. He just said he wasn't himself and he was just going through a lot. But that doesn't excuse his behavior, obviously, right? So time goes on, right? And she's due to have her baby. I just had his first and only son. She's having a daughter, right? And mind you, this is a white girl. So it comes out that actually someone else might be the father of the baby as well. I think 2 other people. So at this point, we're being very, like, hopeful that one of these other 2 men are the father of the baby. So basically, when she has her baby, we go away, because we usually go away for the winter time. We go to the cabin and we go to the snow with the kids and stuff like that. We have a winter trip, a summer trip, and a spring trip that we take every, like, year with the kids, right? So we're away, we take the babies, and I think my son at this time was about 6 months old, and so she has her baby. But while she has her baby, she has the baby by herself, because my man is not going in the room with you, especially because we don't even know if this is his baby. So we're away on our snow trip, and someone calls, says, hey, she had the baby. I think it was his mom. She had the baby. I guess at that point she didn't even know my baby daddy's last name. She thought his last name was. Part 3 of this girl being pregnant by my baby daddy while I was pregnant. Let's go. So basically, I think when she gave birth, she didn't know my baby daddy's last name. So I was like, okay. So, but then they ended up, but either way, it doesn't matter, because I'm like, bro, you don't even know if he's the dad or not. So again, we're on vacation at this point with the kids, and so she has the baby, and so then, you know, a couple of months pass, and she's finally like, hey, like, everyone, the other 2 dudes took the test, they're not the dad, like, when are you going to take the test? And he's just kind of like, I really don't fucking want to take the test, but hey, if I have to, fine. So he takes the test, and lo and behold, he is the father of this child. And so the baby was like 3 or 4 months old by the time he first seen her, right? And so then that's when shit really hit the fucking fan. So at this point, this baby, blonde hair, blue-eyed baby, even though my kid's dad is Hispanic, the girl's white, but her genes are really strong. So at this point, that's when the demand started kicking in. She instantly goes after child support. She instantly goes after welfare. She instantly goes after food stamps. She's like, oh, well, you know, I don't want your other kids around my baby because I don't know them. And I just feel like, you know, you live with them and it's not fair that, you know, you can't spend time with my baby by herself. That's not fair. And so we told her, like, even my kid's dad, mom was like, no, like, he is a father of 3. Like, he don't spend time with any of them individually, and if he do, it's very rare. He has 3 whole ass kids. Like, you think he's just gonna take time out his day to go to? And she said, oh, you have to come to my house to spend time with her as well. And I was just like, go to your house? She's like, well, I don't know this and I don't know that. A whole list of demands started coming. So at that point, he was like, you know what, like, I'm already on child support. You know what I mean? Like, just keep the baby. Like, there's nothing else I can do at this point. Like, I'm not gonna fucking, and he was like, and I have a whole ass baby. Like, I can't take care of another fucking baby. Like, you know, so just go ahead and keep the baby, right? So I think a year or 2 passes before he actually sees the baby again. And, you know, he's still paying child support, and, like, she's hitting him up saying randomly, like, oh, like, can I have extra money? He sends it, whatever, right? So I think a Christmas comes up, and she asked for money instead of gifts from the family, and everyone's like, we're not gonna give you money, like, for a baby. Like, we're gonna give her gifts. And so she brought the baby over and she let the baby stay or whatever, and everyone gave the baby the gifts or whatever. And so we go downstairs the next morning. She put the gifts in the trash can outside the house. Like, she just put them in the trash and was like, she didn't want him, you know? And so that's just the type of behavior that she kept displaying over and over and over. When we went to like amusement parks and stuff like that, if she see me with like her kid or something, she would get mad. Because, you know, I was like, okay, it's just a baby. I'm not going to hold no ill, you know, will towards no damn baby, whatever, right? But she would just get mad like, oh, she's trying to be her mom. Why the fuck would I want to be a mom to a white baby? Like, for fucking what? Like, I have, y'all see how cute my fucking kids are? I have my own fucking kids. But it was just like a lot of drama. So that went on for years, and then we moved to Texas for 4 years where he didn't see her again. But even in that time, again, so I'm gonna end the series of basically this girl being pregnant by my baby daddy really quick. But yeah, so just a follow-up question. She did try to fight me. She was like, bitch, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm like, over my baby daddy? Over my husband? Like, you're gonna try to fight me for what? I'm like, what the hell? And he was like, this bitch is crazy. Like, I don't know. So yeah, so that was like pretty much the end. But things are good now. I think he gets his daughter every other weekend now, because we haven't been together in like 2 years. But so we were together for 17 years. But that was a huge reason on why we broke up, was just, you know, just the drama that was constantly coming from baby daddy and baby mama drama. You guys know I'm not into the drama. I'm just not into it. The white trailer park trash, I'm just not a fan of it. So, you know what I mean? Like, I am not gonna sit up here and argue with you. I'm not gonna sit up here and play these fucking mind games. It's just not me. Like, and you guys see I'm aging gracefully while some are aging like spoiled milk. And so yeah, but I mean, little girl is super sweet, she's super cute, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it definitely was a huge part on why we aren't together.
So, what do you guys think about this story time? I think that, of course, some people do step out of the relationship, some men do step out, and it is contingent upon the woman of whether or not you want to stay. Of course, as I've said in previous videos, just because a man steps out doesn't mean that he doesn't love his woman. It just means that his sexual urges got the best of him, frankly. But it is all dependent upon whether or not the woman wants to stay, as to whether that relationship will proceed. But I understand. This woman, nobody's trying to put up with any baby mama drama. Nobody's trying to put up with a woman constantly trying to go after child support, constantly having problems, constantly having issues, constantly going after money. It's just a whole bunch of just downright degenerate behavior that nobody wants to deal with inside of their lives. And so I completely understand why she wanted to leave the man and ended up leaving the man, especially considering that he wasn't even having protected sex. I mean, seriously. You stepping out, okay, but you're not even having protected sex? Golly. So what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me that it's good that she decided to get rid of that man, considering that he was stepping out without having protection? Or do you guys disagree and think that she should have stayed in the relationship for the sake of the family? Thank you for tuning into this Clocked Out Conversation. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.